Ever wonder who's keeping an eye on the algorithms that seem to pop up in every corner of our lives? Today we're talking about the playbook that keeps artificial intelligence on the straight and narrow, and why it matters to anyone who builds, buys, or simply benefits from it. Think of it as the rulebook that makes sure our digital helpers stay helpful. I'm Noel with Jotform, and in this video we'll go over what AI governance is, why it's so critical, and how a solid framework balances innovation with accountability. We'll dig into the guiding principles, look at real-world challenges, and explore where global standards are heading. Let's jump right in. AI governance is essentially the collection of rules, guidelines, and best practices that spell out how we design, deploy, and monitor AI systems. It covers everything from high-level policies and day-to-day processes to technical standards and ethical guardrails. In other words, it's the roadmap that makes sure powerful algorithms are created responsibly, used ethically, and checked regularly so they keep serving real people rather than going rogue. That roadmap stretches well beyond writing clever code or feeding a model more data. A thorough governance plan tackles both technical and non-technical angles at the same time. It insists on explainable models, fair decision-making, strong data protection, and an ongoing plan to minimize risks once the system is out in the wild. The whole idea is to align cutting-edge innovation with community values, existing regulations, and basic common sense. Why does that level of oversight matter so much? Machine learning has already crept into healthcare diagnostics, fraud detection, instant customer support, and even national security. If a governing framework is flimsy, an organization could face bad decisions, expensive lawsuits, or serious brand damage, especially if bias or misuse surfaces later on. Picture a bank that relies on an AI model to approve loans. If no one ever tested the model for fairness, it might unknowingly deny credit to certain groups, triggering legal action and eroding public trust at the same time. A strong governance framework starts with 4 foundational principles: transparency, accountability, fairness, and reliability. Each pillar helps reduce risk, handle tricky ethical dilemmas, and build trust among users, employees, and regulators. Let's start with transparency. In other words, making AI understandable. Decisions from an AI system shouldn't feel like they came from a black box crystal ball. That means documenting how the model was trained, which data sources fed it, and how it reaches specific conclusions. If a marketing team uses an algorithm to predict customer churn, they should be able to explain which data points mattered most and how confident the model is about its prediction. When auditors or regulators drop by, they can easily confirm that data usage checks out, and everyday users gain confidence when an organization shows both the scope and the limits of its tech. Next up is accountability, or making sure real humans stay in charge. Even with autonomous AI, someone must take ownership of outcomes. Many organizations appoint ethics officers or form oversight boards with experts from data, legal, and business teams. These groups review performance, audit decisions, and address issues. Encouraging all employees to report concerns fosters a culture of responsibility and reinforces a strong commitment to ethical AI. Fairness is the third pillar, with bias mitigation front and center. AI should never reinforce old prejudices or shut certain groups out. Bias loves to hide in historical data, so unfettered models can learn and repeat those patterns. To avoid repeating that mistake, organizations schedule routine bias audits and deploy detection software to catch skewed results before users feel the impact. Safety and reliability round out the core principles. In high-stakes scenarios such as autonomous cars or AI-assisted medical diagnosis, tiny errors can spell huge consequences. That's why organizations run stress tests under real-world conditions, build fail-safes that call a human when the system isn't sure, and constantly monitor performance. So how do you turn these principles into action? Start by setting up governance. Leadership should prioritize ethical AI and assign roles like ethics officers or compliance managers. Larger companies might form cross-functional committees, while smaller teams can conduct regular risk reviews. The key is to make sure every AI project follows regulations and best practices from the start. Second, create clear policies and daily procedures. These should include steps like bias testing and privacy impact assessments to ensure legal compliance. In regulated industries, detailed workflows help meet oversight requirements. Supporting procedures like data cleaning, algorithm validation, and anomaly resolution keep teams aligned. With defined roles, deadlines, and approvals, the risk of noncompliance drops significantly. Third, prioritize continuous monitoring and evaluation. As real-world data changes, AI models can drift, resulting in reduced accuracy or the emergence of new biases. Dashboards with metrics like accuracy, error rates, and fairness help detect issues early. Regular audits compare current results to expected baselines, enabling timely adjustments. This proactive approach prevents problems and supports ongoing improvement. Of course, every good plan faces hurdles. The top of the list is regulatory compliance. Laws covering AI evolve quickly and differ across regions. The European Union's GDPR and proposed AI Act set one benchmark. U.S. rules vary by federal agency and state. A global company juggling multiple jurisdictions can quickly find itself knee-deep in paperwork. Larger firms often rely on dedicated legal teams, while smaller outfits might lean on consultants. Yet no matter the size, clarity about who owns which regulation can prevent costly slip-ups down the road. Right alongside regulation is the so-called black box problem. Many deep learning models deliver predictions with minimal explanation, making it tough to verify fairness or accuracy. Some teams turn to explainable AI techniques such as LIME or SHAP to illuminate how input features influence outcomes. Still, these methods demand expertise, and complexity spikes when a single organization runs dozens of models across HR, marketing, and supply chain. Then there's the resource question. Effective governance isn't cheap. Bias audits, monitoring tools, staff training, and upgraded infrastructure all carry costs. Companies obsessed with revenue growth may view governance as a distraction. Looking ahead, AI governance will keep evolving. Global standards are already gaining momentum. Bodies like the International Organization for Standardization are drafting risk management guidelines, while UNESCO offers ethical recommendations. Future regulations may require third-party audits or even formal certifications for high-risk use cases. Companies that voluntarily align with these guidance documents early will adapt more smoothly when rules become mandatory. Through it all, the mission is to strike a sustainable balance. The most successful organizations will be the ones that push technological boundaries while maintaining transparency, fairness, accountability, and safety. To wrap up, AI governance isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's a must. By zeroing in on transparency, accountability, fairness, and reliability, any organization can reduce harm, satisfy shifting regulations, and keep the public on its side. Start by evaluating how you currently use AI. Identify gaps in oversight, and set up a committee or assign specific roles to champion governance. Draft clear policies, run regular AI ethics training, and track new regulations so compliance never lags behind. With a proactive mindset, you'll harness AI's power without sacrificing ethics, safety, or public trust. Thanks for watching today. I'm Noel with Jotform. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into AI governance, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next deep dive. Until next time.